So welcome to the BTFM mobile software demo. This is the latest version of the software. This is a first time install. If the software hasn't automatically installed, you might see this screen. All you have to do is click here where it says please click here, and that will install the latest version of the software, as you can see. So this is only required the first time, for the first time that a user uses the software. They only have to log in the first time, so it shows them the version. They click login. Now they have to put in their staff number, which is on the Backtrack personnel file. So I'll put in one that doesn't exist, and there you see it doesn't. It shows that that user doesn't exist. So I'll put in now a proper number, and there we go. It's been recognized there on the database. So obviously the first time you use the device, you have to be online. The device will work offline, but obviously for the first time use to download the files, etc., you need to be online. So this screen shows the name of the user and basically gives you one option at this stage to start a new shift. If you've already used the software, you may have ended a shift, so you'll have an option to continue shift or start a new shift. Because this is the first time this user has used it, it's giving us the option to start shift. So you click on the building icon, and that brings you into the home screen of the software. I'll quickly actually just go back out to that login screen there. And as you can see now, because I've already logged in once, it gives me an option to continue shift or to start a new shift. The continue shift, I may have forgot to end shift previously, so I can just continue shift, or I can start a new one if for example, I didn't end shift the previous evening or whatever. So I'll continue shift. And this, as I say, this brings us to the home screen. It gives you the version of the software up here, which is handy for any troubleshooting issues. You can quickly identify which version you're running. Clicking on this actually will bring you to, if I click on something else, if I click on the title, BTFM mobile version 1.13, it will just reset the page. So anytime you need to reset the page, if you happen to be in the timesheet or anywhere else in the system, you want to get back to your jobs, to the home screen, you just click on that and you will be returned to the home screen. Okay, so we have the user's name, and it's how many hours they work for today and for the week, which is quite a handy way to keep the staff right with their hours. So clicking on actually any of these, today or the week, even if it's 0, will actually bring you straight to the timesheet, and you see what hours you've done for that week, and you can actually go into the hours and have a look at the jobs. So here, obviously, it defaults to the current month and the day. Normal hours, that's your normal working week. Actually, what I'll do is, because this is telling me I've got 3 new jobs allocated. We'll come to that in a minute. This tells me that, so 7.5 hours is my normal daily hours that I work. Non-working time, so that's like your annual leave, doctor's appointment, etc. And your actual hours is the jobs, your time that you've added to jobs. If I click on that, then you can look at the history of your jobs. You can edit jobs as well, any feedback that you've added. But we'll go back here now. We'll go back to the home screen. And as you saw that message there, the system checks every 60 seconds, if it can see the server, for any jobs that need to be pushed, any hours that you've added on the device to jobs need to be pushed to the server, and it will look for any jobs that you've been allocated, newly allocated work, and it does that automatically every 60 seconds. So you don't have to do that manually. But what you can do if you want, if you can't, if you have to go out the office or get in the van and go somewhere with no Wi-Fi, you can actually start that process yourself. Now you see it just did it there itself because that was 60 seconds. And it tells me that I've got 3 new jobs allocated, and I can click here to view them. This is quite handy actually. You don't, if you acknowledge them, then that'll turn off the sound. So I've got 3 jobs there. If I acknowledge all 3, that audio little alert wouldn't play anymore. So it's up to yourselves. You don't have to acknowledge the jobs, but it can be a handy way to know how many new jobs you've got allocated to group them together. I'll acknowledge that one. You just click on that. Now, if I hit that, if I went there, that says new job acknowledged. I can hide that. So if you don't want to wait 60 seconds, you can actually just speed that process up. So if you've added time and you're going out somewhere where there's no Wi-Fi, you can actually just push, you can sync data. So that will push any work you've added to the system, any hours for jobs. It'll push it up to the server and it'll pull back any new work. So there you see, I did that. So I've got 2 new jobs allocated. I'm not actually going to acknowledge these now, so we don't get that message again, that audio. acknowledge there. This arrow actually brings you to the top of the screen there. So we can hide that, or we can just click there, hide that. There we go. So that's reset. So that audio won't play anymore. So that just shows you when you've got a new job allocated to you, you'll automatically get a message and a little audio in case if the phone's in your pocket or in the van, you'll hear that. So this tells us the number of jobs that we've got allocated to this user, 16. No job is active at the moment. When you start a job, that will go green and it'll have the job number, and clicking on that will actually bring you straight to that job. So this traffic light system is based on the Bactraq PDA software, the traffic light system that is in use there. So basically every job that goes on Bactraq, every defect job, not PPMs, but every defect job has an estimated completion date and time. Red means that it's gone over that. It's gone past that time. Green, orange is it's getting close to it within a week, I think. Green means you're within time, and the yellow band that represents where the jobs have been started. So you've got time against the job. So if I click on that one, I can see 8 jobs there that I've started in progress. Clicking on that actually will show you the history. So if I click on any of these yellow bands, it'll actually bring you to the history where you added that time. So you can see there, 3.17 decimal time hours. Complete job test, and it tells you it's completed there. You can edit time if you make a mistake on your hours. You can edit, but you can't edit time if it's already completed. You'll have to go in the office and ask someone who's got the Bactraq desktop software to change that for you if you need to do that. So for example, that one was completed. I'm not sure about this one. Yeah, there you go. I can edit that. So I could edit that time if I wanted. Or delete it if it's a complete mistake. If I've and that is just deleting the time. It's not deleting the job. It's just deleting the hours that you've added incorrectly or whatever. But I can edit that if I want to. It brings me to the screen here. I can just change this to 1 hour or whatever, and I'll put again. Save changes. There you go. So now that's updated that particular job. I'll go back here now. So defects, the black band defects PPM. So if you only want to see defects, you click on that. That'll show you all your defects. If you click on your PPMs, it'll only show you your PPMs, and there you are. There's the PPM there, the 2 PPMs. So I'll go to defects. I'll look at this first defect. There's an option here, full details. It gives the description, when the job is allocated, the location, some of the description. Clicking on full details gives you the full details of that job. Same for any of these full details there. Shows you that full details of that particular job. So searching for a job, there's various ways to search. So you can scroll down. Obviously, if you're using the phone, you'll just scroll with your finger, as we all do on a smartphone. You can search. So here I'm logged in as a joiner, so I'm going to take a guess and type the word door in, and automatically as you type, it starts to filter the jobs that you've got. So straight away there, that is brought up out of those 16 jobs. It's brought up 4 with the word door in them, and you can type in anything, job number, a date, anything that's there that says, So this one, like if I click on that, it will say, well, the word door there, carry out fire door checks. So that's brought that one up. This one, what's this said here? Where are we? Cupboard door within main. Yeah. So you can see how that works. Clicking that will just reset it, turning that off. So another way to search. Oh, also, actually, if you, I'll put the word door in again. So another word, if you click on the site, this is the site, this is the block E here, and this is the department. If you click on any of these, the site, the block, or the department, it will show you all the jobs that are for that area. So if you happen to be in block E, you finish the job and you want to see, have I got any more jobs here while I'm here? You can click on block E and it will show you, no, well, I haven't there. That was probably a bad example. If I reset this, let's have a look here. Trying to find an example. We could try, well, we'll go to Tyrone Fermanagh. We'll go to the site. So there you go. So there's 8 jobs at Tyrone Fermanagh site. Oak Villa, there's probably only 1 there. Yeah, I would have thought that. Main block, there could be a few here. Yeah, 3 in the main block. Okay, it's a big building there. So there's 3 there. So, and again, department would do the same. Sports services, just the 1 job there. Okay, main block again, 3. So that's another way to search. Another way you might find handy is if you use this menu, we call this like a navigation, or I think they call it a burger menu because it's got those 3 kind of icon lines there. But anyway, so you can sync your data as I showed you earlier. Clicking that removes it. So you click it to show your options and you click it again to hide them. Clicking on that, you can look at, you can sync data, your timesheet, but here we're going to go for searching. So jobs by request ID. So if you just want a list of all your jobs just by the request ID and some detail, because the jobs are each in their own little card. Each job is in its own separate kind of a card. But if you want to just view them in a different way, you can view them like that. And you can just scroll down, and clicking on any of these will bring that job up there now. So another way to search, this might be quite handy, is jobs by location. It's another way of searching by location, and this groups the jobs by location by the site, and you can drill then down into it. So we'll go to the one here at the bottom. It's got the most. So only for Manor Hospital, eight jobs are in that on that site. Go in here. We can look. I think we saw that earlier. There's 3 in the main block, and there are those 3 there, and you can click on any of those, and it will bring you to that. So that's another way. There's an option here, priority type. Different options there. Spot of the week, same day. Too. These might be more of a priority. You can do it like that. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll start a job, stop a job, and add some time. So I'll do a defect here. I'll do this defect job. So full details. Look at the job. Okay. I'll show the request. So that's all the job details there. You can look at that. And you can start the job, and you have to go through this. You have to accept this preamble, these safety checks, which you can set up yourselves in the office. So if I can't continue unless I've accepted that, there's only one for this particular preamble. Start the job now, and there you go. You see up here it says job 1753542 is active. What that means also is that I can't start another job, because you can't be in 2 places at once. If you need to do another job, you just stop your current job, probably as you do already. Add your time, and then start the new one. So if I click on that there, there's messages here, that you've successfully synced with server. That'll if you can't see the server, you'll get a message. It'll just say can't see server. That'll mean you're out of Wi-Fi range or whatever. So it tells us this job is active in the blue band. No hours against it currently. Again, full details there. Right, we've started it, so we'll stop it. So again, let me just show you. Sorry, if I reset this, if I go to any other job, it'll say button disabled job. That job number is active, so you can't stop. You can't start any other job while one is active. If you make a mistake, actually, if you start a job by accident, it was the wrong job, you don't have to stop it and put time against it. You can actually just clear that. So I could click on there and say clear start job, and it's cleared. And now I can actually, if I just actually hit the type there, I can start any job again now. So I'll quickly just restart that one. Quickly go in here, this first one. There we go, that's it started, and now I'll stop it. Stop the job. This is where I add time. So if the job is complete, you don't need to leave a reason. As you know, it's just like Backtrack, the Backtrack PDA software. If it's not complete, you have to give a reason why you're pausing the job. So if I hit finish here, it will put a message up here, please select a reason. So a common one is, a work in progress, isn't it? So a work in progress, finish. Again, it says we'll put some time on it, so you have to put hours. This is just in case you forget. You're going down, you just forget to put your time in. Saves you having to edit later, which you can do. So I'll put an hour and a half. And again, there's a post work checks. I've left the area safe. You can set these up yourselves on your site. Safe work. You can add comments. I'll just put test and finish, and that's there. Then it shows you there. Shows you that feedback that you've added. From here, you can edit that if you want. You can say, okay, I'll change that to, I'll just edit, save changes, and you can delete it if it's a complete mistake. So there you go. So that has gone, and you can look actually in your timesheet here now. You can see this is Saturday. I hope you don't have to work Saturdays unless you're on call, I suppose. So I'll click on that, and I can actually see that there. The system pulls in about the last couple of months worth of data, so you can go back and you can have a look, go back over time and see what hours that you've done. Back to timesheet, defaults to the current week. So that's we'll look at the timesheet in a minute. So I'll go in now. What I'll do is that job I'll maybe complete that job. Actually, I'll go here. That was that one. I couldn't remember the job number actually. Actually, I know what to do. I'll just go to my timesheet. That job number 542. Okay, show request. I can actually do it here. I can just go show request here. Continue start request. Accept all. Start that. There it is again. I will now complete that job. and I don't have to leave a reason because I'm going to say it's complete. I could change the date and time if if it's for an earlier time or later time, you can change the date and time. Um, I'll leave that now. I'll leave it as default there. So put in your time, complete all those. There we go. I'll say job complete. You might want to put more detailed information than I have there in this test. Click finish, and that job is complete. You can see completed, and there's a tick there. And that bit of feedback wasn't completed, but you see that now. So when it's completed, I can't edit that now. Um, so and again, it will be on the timesheet now. It's added that to my timesheet there, 3:58, and again, you can look at that there now. Okay, so you could actually add more time to that job from here if you needed to. So that is starting a job, adding time that's not completed, starting a job, stopping a job, completing a job. There's an option. We'll look at the timesheet now. So I'll go into the timesheet. So obviously your hours when you add time, they get added here. Now there's non-working time, which is I don't know if you do that, use that on the BactraqFM PDA software. But if you need to add non-working time, which would be annual leave, doctor's appointment, etc., you can do that here. So I could add in here. I could say, okay, well again, if I don't select anything, it says, well, tell us what is this for? Again, if it'll say add some time, obviously there's not much point in adding this if you don't add time. You can put any comment. Don't have to put any comments in here, or on the when you're adding actual working hours. That's optional. So I'll just say 5 hours here. Add time, and there it is. And you can edit that again. Oops, back to the timesheet. There you go. Saturday non-working time, 5 hours. Again, you can go in here, edit it, or delete it if it's a mistake. Yeah, and you can see it adds it to your total today, 8:58, and for the week, obviously today is actually a Saturday, so it wouldn't normally be working on a Saturday here. But we do have staff that obviously are on call. So let's have a look again here. Anything else we can go through? So we've done searching, timesheet, clear start job if you make a mistake, start shift, finish shift, and you can view actually when you've clocked in, when you've signed out, that'll just gives you the history of that. And we can, I suppose, finish shift now. So we've seen, that's it basically. You get your jobs. It's based on BactraqFM. It's not identical, obviously. They're different systems, a PDA and this is a smartphone. So you get your you log in. Your jobs are allocated. They display for you. You can search for them, add your job, add your time, complete your jobs, add your non-working time. That's it. So I will actually now finish a shift. Finish shift. Brings me back to the login screen, and I can start a new shift now because I've finished. So that's it. Thank you for listening. Appreciate your time. Hopefully that's been helpful.